Welcome to DevRel Asia 2020 interview time. I'm mainly organizer at Chief at Moongift, and today our guest is uh, Renaldi Gondosubroto. Welcome to Renaldi. Hi, Renaldi.
Hey, Asuchi. Thank you as well for having me for this interview.
Oh, thank you. And how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. And where do you live in right now?
Where am I residing currently?
Oh, where do you live in?
Oh, where do I live in? I'm
Yeah,
currently at Melbourne in
Melbourne.
Australia.
Oh, okay. So maybe we have few hours time zone gap, right?
Yeah,
I
I think it's from. Sorry, where are you based in?
I live in Japan, so 9 hours from UTC.
Yeah, I think we have a 2 hour time difference
Oh,
between
okay.
from Melbourne and Japan. I think.
Just 1 hour, right?
Yeah, just 1 hour. Sorry, 2 hours.
Okay.
2 hours.
Oh, 12. Okay. Okay. Normally, real conference doesn't care about the time zone gap each other's, but the online conference have to care about the time zone gap because,
Yep,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So I have to every time I confirm about with each speakers.
Definitely.
Okay, so first, I'll show the banners and please introduce yourself and your career or your companies.
Sure.
Could you introduce?
Yep, sure. I'm Renaldi Gondosubroto. I'm a developer advocate and founder at GReS Studio project. And essentially, GReS Studio is based on being dedicated to provisioning IoT cloud-based solutions. So I started out provisioning and developing and working with closed source software, but after a while, I then started to go into open source, where I currently am now, and have been very involved in developer relations and promoting best practices in terms of developing inside the open source community. And I've been active in the open source community for the past 4 years, especially. Having spoken at more than 20 events and conferences, speaking about a variety of topics, starting from the most developer based topics such as Python based development to developer relations based topics as well, such as what I'm going to speak about and the DevRel Asia as well in this particular instance. And essentially, I'm passionate about many topics as well, as I mentioned, with my involvements in many communities. Some are more developer relations based communities, such as my talk about hackathons, since I also host hackathons as well from time to time. I'm also as part of this, I also am involved in organizing meetups as well in Melbourne, as an example. But I also am passionate about more software related and cloud based related stuff as well, such as the AWS and security based practice within the cloud. And essentially, that's where I like going through all of these kinds of developments is. And following my journey is where I got the passion to share my experiences in the open source community and really being able to push forward the boundaries of like what DevRel is all about, essentially, and basically helping others to also understand more about the experiences and best practices they can put in place for their own use as well.
Okay, thank you. Can I have some questions?
Yep.
You said you focus on the open source softwares. So currently, what is best open source softwares are you focused on?
So, in terms of open source software, what I was aiming for by open source software is essentially just by developing in the open source community. So, essentially
Hmm.
creating open source repositories, essentially, and basically just contributing. code in terms of developments. And essentially, my developments right now are a lot about the cloud-based developments, such as integrations with AWS, working with the AWS platform in general, putting in best practice in regards to that, and also contributions to some particular open source communities as well, such as within the Node-RED community and also the Python community. Those are some communities that I've also been involved in as of late for my open source development in particular.
Okay. And what type of community is famous or favorite one in Melbourne, like Python's or IoT or Node-RES or something?
That's quite a hard one. I'd say that it's a bit hard to be putting one thing as a favorite kind of open source community for Melbourne, because in Melbourne I've been involved in quite a few as well. Like I said as well, with Python and Node-RED. So I would, just from my experience, I would say that Python has a very big following and backing here. So I'd say that Python-based open source developments are very popular topic here. But I also say that it's all about the cloud as well at this point, since many developments are shifting more and more developments towards the cloud, because I mean, we're in a work from home architecture now. We're in a work from home culture now. So essentially, more and more people are shifting their workloads into the cloud and essentially finding better ways to work better that way. And that's why more the cloud's getting more popular. Essentially, it's essentially a concept that more people will get into, whether they like it or not, because it's part of the culture in the end.
I see. And please give me your ideas. So in the COVID-19, so many communities get affect to from real community to online communities, and they can't meet each other like that. So what is the biggest impact to community in Melbourne? What do you think about that?
I believe in Melbourne, one of the biggest impacts really is in general the whole work from home culture in general. I guess it's a pretty similar concept and issue in many countries in general, because we all face the changing needs of our work essentially, and essentially. Because especially I'm going to put it first in terms of like developer relations, because developer relations is all about meeting face to face, right? And basically talking with people directly and making business deals directly and shaking hands directly. It all just feels a bit different, I'd say, when we shift into the more online culture, like we are now, for example. I'd say that that's the biggest issue, finding a particular way of how we can make our content genuine and essentially still be able to promote the best interests of developer relations, and essentially in being able to push that kind of thing forward. And essentially that's where we have to innovate in. That's where we have to design the particular requirements and look for solutions to solve them. And for example, that's what I was going to talk about as well in my particular talk. For example, like how host hackathons in the COVID-19 period, for example. And that's just some issues that I've seen. Essentially, how to be able to basically make our context more genuine and essentially build relationships with other people better that way in our particular culture now.
I see. So you said hackathon. So your topic of your sessions, I'll show the banners. So it's hacking those relations, holding effective online hackathon. So your mainly theme is hackathon, right?
Yep.
So please introduce your summary or abstract of your talk.
Yep. So essentially, my talk is pretty much self-explanatory in the title as well. So essentially, I want to focus on actually talking about how the hosting of hackathons have changed in the COVID-19 period, because it's no longer as it used to be. Hackathons used to be all about meeting people, forming teams, talking with them, working in the same room without sleep, for example, at night. I know because I've been in one of those as well, and yeah, I've been through all that process as well, and through the number of ones I've hosted as well. And essentially, it's all about that. But now we're all just basically shifting to an online culture. We're basically just putting forward we have to put forward new ideas in order to be used to this kind of new medium, for example. And essentially, I'm going to talk about the differences of hosting it within what before the COVID-19 hit and after it is now, and essentially talking about strategies on how you can maximize developer relations. And I'm going to do this by focusing on a particular acronym that I made as well, called SCALE, which is essentially scalability, creativity, adaptability, learn, and energy. And essentially talking about these 5 attributes on how to plan an effective online hackathon. And I'm going to go over it. And essentially, I'll be going over it in terms of internal and an external hackathon. And I'm going to talk about how it differs externally, internally as well when we do it online. And also contrast of how we can approach it in regards in comparison to an on-site hackathon. So it will include stuff like selecting a proper theme, how we are able to maximize maximize our interaction with developers and still get the reach we want, and how to be able to pitch the particular hackathon to executives as well if you want to host one for your office, for example.
I see. So you said 5 attributes, right? Like a scale. Yep. Could you explain again? I think a scale is very good ideas. So please, like S is a scalability, right?
Yep, scalability.
And the C is creativity, right?
Yep, creativity.
What is the A?
So ALE is adaptability, learn, and energy.
Energy. Okay. So what do you think about what is difficult to hold online hackathon?
I'd say that the most difficult thing is pretty much the similar thing I mentioned before about the issue as well, and that is to get genuine interaction between people, because face-to-face interaction and online interaction is always different. And essentially, for us people who hold the hackathons as well, it's always hard to be able to also get a genuine kind of like a outreach to particular sponsors as well, and to get good interaction with people we want to work with in the future, especially yes, as mentioned, sponsors or other people that we're targeting as well, such as people such as media partners or such. And I guess that is the biggest issue that we do have to tackle. And essentially, that's what I want to focus on talking about as well, how we can organize our and strategize our hackathon in such a way that we're able to get achieve our goals and be able to reach out to the people that we want to in the hackathons, and also still be able to ensure that all our hackathon participants get the maximum satisfaction as well from what they are learning in the hackathon, and from their overall experience with interactions with other people within the hackathon.
I see. So one of my friends said every members have to turn on the web camera, but some members turn off. They never understand he's sleeping or tackling to hard coding, or say he goes to the bathroom or anything. So they have to communicate a lot. Yeah.
Right, definitely. Yeah, I've definitely seen a few hackathons as well that has gone through that as well, and it's definitely an issue that we've been trying to solve as well. Honestly, yeah, that's one of the issues. We try to encourage as much participation and kind of like a genuine face-to-face interaction, like you and me are doing right now, in order to actually prevent that as well. Essentially, that's definitely a very good example of that.
I see. So, and I think every attendees can get how to pitch their hackathon to executive, right?
If they want to host an internal hackathon, then yes.
Oh, okay. And some crowd vendor can get the knowledge how to improve to approach the hackathon attendees, right?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Crowd vendors can get the knowledge from your sessions about how to improve the approach, how to approach to hackathon attendees, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially since a lot of cloud vendors, as I understand now, are doing a lot of hackathons as well. I mean, recently I think I saw IBM also do a call for code, I think, as a hackathon. So definitely, a lot of cloud vendors can get a lot of insights from this particular session as well in regards to how to improve outreach of hackathons and overall accomplish their objectives and improve their outreach as well in general.
I see. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to hear your sessions. So maybe every attendees want to listen your session and get knowledge of online hackathons. I hope so. And what is your expectations at our conference?
Well, my main expectation is really to get it. It's really just all about being able to get engaged DevRel people, and essentially just being able to get people who are ready to put insights into action and really are really hyped about being able to host hackathons and maximize their outreach directly. And basically, essentially, people who are curious and essentially want to learn more about how to be able to improve their outreach, because that's what I'm here for as well, to be able to try my best to also give advice and inspire as well that way, and really to put in best practices. So essentially, that's my main expectation, to really communicate with the audience and also meet their expectations as well, to be able to help them in their journey.
Okay, so our conference has a lot of talk about hackathons. So, and there are so many speakers already joined to the Slack channel, and I want to invite every attendees to Slack channel. So please communicate with each other. So, and please spread your idea to every attendees. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so our interview is done, and next interview is maybe Tuesday or tomorrow. So see you next interview. Bye bye.
Thank you, Atsushi. Bye bye.